Here, got a really loaded show today. Hey, Grandma Sherry. Hey, Curly Q. Welcome in. Uh, hey, David. Hey, K Sky, Beach Nietzsche. Thanks to everybody for stopping by. I've got so much stuff to go through. It's a little bit overwhelming where to even start. So, check out the catalog. I did catalog 10 items, just things that I thought people might want to pre bid on or see more detail for, pictures than I could show just from the preview picture. But other than that, I've just got a bunch of stuff to go through. So I think I'll just start grabbing some stuff. And if you have any requests for anything you want to see, let me know. I'll let you know if I have it. Man, I have tons of photos. I've got some postcards again. Make sure you join me next Friday because I'll be running another postcard only show like the last 2 weeks. So, still lots of great postcards to go through. And I think I'll have 2 albums to go through next week as well. So, thank you, Andy. Um, and let's see, I got a couple of scrapbooks today. I got some old popular science magazines, pennants, Viewmaster reels, Victorian trade cards, and then just a lot of miscellaneous stuff. So, tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and do a giveaway to start off with. So, let me go ahead and get that started. Then I'll show you what's in it. Let's go ahead and start that. Thanks to everybody for coming by. It's going to have one of these ice coupon books. These are something that have always been popular in my shows. So you got that. And then just 5 antique postcards. I think these are all probably early 1900s. That one is the Plaza in New York. This one's Columbia University, New York. So maybe all these are New York. It's Soldiers and Sailors Monument in New York. And then this is another Columbia University. And then finally the Empire Building. And that's 1908. So I think all those are early 1900s. So I will try to watch the chat, but y'all help me out. Hey, TMD. I am going to... I modded you, TMD, if you want to help me out, watch people. So that'd be great. So anyway, that's the giveaway. So get in on that. Have 13 people in already. 22 people in the show so far. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn the camera around and then we'll just start throwing stuff down. As I said, if you have any requests for anything you might want to see, let me know. There's 10 items cataloged, so you can request those to come up, pre-bid on them, do whatever you want. And other than that, let's get started. So let me turn the camera around. All right, let me move my tripod out of the way. Before we get started, make sure you visit franklinhillventures.com. That's got links to all my social media. Give me a follow on Instagram and all those kind of places. And let's get started. All right, let's tell you what, I'm just going to run a miscellaneous lot to get us started. Let me change my glasses here so I can see. As I said last show, it's bad when you get old and you have to have multiple pairs of glasses for different things. So, hey, Greets Deeds, enjoyed your show last night. Make sure you give Greets Deeds a follow. Let's see, what am I showing right here? Let me scoot my camera out a little bit so it doesn't get that pole in there. All right, tell you what, let me just grab a bunch of stuff here and we'll start a little pile. And let me go in and pin. Let me go in and pin what this will be. We will call this. I think this is just going to be miscellaneous ephemera 4 to 7 ounces. So let me go ahead and pin the first one of those. And I just grabbed a stack. So this, I actually looked in this envelope earlier. Let me turn on this light. And somebody actually mailed this, it appears, just as it is. But there's the address. Or there's the address. I guess that's the return address. And inside you had a Prosperous New Year card. So I guess they mailed those out to all their friends. But that is the smallest envelope I've ever seen. I do not think that would make it to its destination in today's world, but who knows. Here's the National Life and Accident Insurance Company. This is life insurance for every member of the family, and it's an advertisement for WSM 650 out of Nashville, home of the Grand Ole Opry. And I know people used to be able to, listen to 650 from all over the country, and that's one way the Opry got so popular. And then you have a pack of needles in here. I think the needles are in there. It feels like it, but I'm not going to. Well, here we go. I guess I can. Yeah, there's 3 needles in there of different sizes, it looks like, if you can see those. So there's 2 items here. So you're invited to the grand opening of Daly's, Knoxville's newest credit apparel store. This is just a little notepad. It's got a calendar for 1935 and 1936 there. We got 44 seconds left in the giveaway. Here's something the Breakers in Atlantic City. I don't know if that was a luggage tag. It's just like a piece of paper. I don't know that it was adhesive, but anyway, you got that. Hey Ho to the Mo. Hey Cly003, Flipping Yogurt, Dry Creek Trading Company, anybody else I've missed. I am Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures, doing all this ephemera that I cleaned out of a farmhouse here in East Tennessee. If you've been to the last 2 postcard shows, 3, is it 2 or 3? Anyway, some number of postcard shows. I still have tons of postcards left to go through, including 2 albums. We'll do those a week from today. A few postcards today that I'll go through. They're ones I found in a different box than the main postcard. Well, here's the giveaway winner, and it's going to be Ferrari's Finds. Congratulations. Let me go ahead and write your name down here real quick. And all this stuff, it might ship out tomorrow, more likely Monday, just since tomorrow's Saturday. Although I'm not against working on Saturday or Sunday for that matter. So that'll be coming your way, the 5 postcards in the ice coupon book. And a big thanks to the people who bought stuff before the show even started. Tell you what, I'm going to put a few more things out, and then we'll start the auction, and then I'll keep adding until the auction finishes. So here's Mealtime Tenderson Swift's Premium Protein Beef tendered with papain. I have no idea what that is, but I don't know if that was. No, I don't guess it was canned beef necessarily, but anyway, it's got how to grill it. Okay, so I guess it was just a brand of steak back in the day. No date. It says lithoed in USA. And then here is a scholarship of some sort. Scholarship in the American Correspondence School of Law. Claude Smith from Oneida, Tennessee. I don't see a date. This does have some folding and stuff. But you could scratch his name out and put yours there. Here's just some New Age mounting corners for photo. It looks like I don't know if it's a original seal or just moisture over the years has sealed it, but there were originally 60 in here. So like I said, this was all stuff that I pulled out of farmhouse up here in East Tennessee, along with all the postcards that you saw in the last couple of shows. Here's slips of speech and how to avoid them. Maybe I should have read this before the show because I am constantly slipping up on my speech during these shows. 1922. All right, tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and start this. I'll put 30 seconds and then I'll just keep throwing stuff down until the auction ends. So it was in Greenville, Tennessee is where the farmhouse was. I live in Knoxville, so I am in Knoxville and actually have a booth in Clinton at Peak Auctions. Have a booth at Granny's Attic in Clinton, and then at Beer and Antique Mall in West End Antique. So if you're ever around, come in and see me sometime. All right, let's go ahead and get this one started. 30 seconds, $5 start, and then I'm going to keep on throwing stuff down. So tell you what, let me grab a few more things here so I'm ready. All right, and we're off and running. So here's a United States Automobile Association Travel and Pedestrian Accident Policy. So it's an auto policy. I'm not sure what year that is. But you got, oh, I never started the auction. Ha, there we go. Now it's running. And then here's 101 Glorious Ways to Cook Chicken from Wesson. So whoever wins this has to invite me over for chicken. Here's a war ration book. It's got some of the stamps punched out, so you got that. Here's okay, this is a letter from Bill Clinton. I don't know if it looks like it's probably pre-printed, but it was during I guess when he was running for president the first time, 92. So got that. And Grandma's Sherry, we'll go ahead and get this in there. Sam Davis Motel, Nashville, Tennessee. I think this might still be downtown. I lived in Nashville for about 20 years. So different points of interest. Muscle Shoals, the Parthenon. I used to work right behind the Parthenon at HCA. And then the James Robertson Hotel and the Medical Apartment Hotel. So let me go ahead and stack this stuff up. And congratulations. Let's see. I think I might have a sticky note for you over here already. Yep, from the last show. All right, let's put that right down there. Cool. I'm glad you like it. Hi, I by West Virginia. Speaking of war ration books, I've got some here. Let's just go ahead and do all these together. So here's War Ration Book 2 with a stamp on it. Let's see what all this has in it. Oops. Well, if I can get my fingers to work. So got those stamps. A few have been pulled out there. Some of the blue ones have been pulled out, but you still have all those, all those, all those. So pretty full overall. And this was somebody in Oneida, Tennessee. Here's another one. So these are different kinds of stamps. Those have a gun on them there. Artillery gun. And what was on these? Let's see. These have a tank on them. That's pretty cool. And then these have a battleship, it looks like, or an aircraft carrier maybe. And then those have an airplane. So a couple of different things on those. Here's another one. Go ahead and we'll do 4 of these. Some more of the red and blue stamps in that one. And here's the book 1. Let's see. So here's a little different one. I think all these were book. No, we got book 2, book 3, book 2, and here's book 1. And it gives you all the punishments if you don't use these right. So they completely used this one. So rather than stamps, it looks like this one you tore out. Let me see what other numbers I have here. 2, 3, we've already done a... Tell you what, here's another one. So a couple left in this book 1 here. So that gives us 2 book 1s. We got 2 books 2s, and here's one more book 3. So there's 2 of each. So here's book 3. And this is the one that has the different stamps with the stuff on it. So we'll go ahead and start this one. Let me pin this because I don't need to run this for 45 seconds. So if I run next, it's going to run it for 45 seconds again. So we want to repin that. Whoops. There we go. All right, so we're going to, this is for, I think it was 6. 1, 2, 3. So 6 war ration books there. And start auction, we'll just do 20 seconds. Actually, let's just do 15 seconds. And that's running. Thank you, Lulu. Desiree, so you got 2 book 1s, and one of these had a few stamps left in it. Then you had 2 book 3s that have the stamps with the different things on them. Then book 2 just has the red and blue stamps. I think book 3 is the coolest. Hey, Lulu's Lovely Life, your first win from me. So let me write your name down here. Lulu's Lovely Life. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. They are cool. There is a lot of cool stuff today. I mean, I kind of know what's, unlike the postcards, which I didn't look through at all. I did look through this stuff and pulled it out, so I have an idea, but there's still like stuff buried in some of the stacks that I don't know exactly what it is. And usually for my first time buyer, I don't know if I'll do it on every first time buyer today. I play the nose flute. So this is my one musical talent that I have, and I got this from my dad. He was a Presbyterian minister, and he used to play this during children's time. So I'll give you a little bit of Rocky Top on the nose flute in honor of my team, the Tennessee Volunteers, who play Arkansas tomorrow in basketball. So here we go. Woo! Excuse me, can't woo very well right now. Thank you. Hold your applause there. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Millicent's Memories. And I agree, go Big Orange. And I don't know if I'd call it fantastic, but it's okay. All right, let me see what I got here. Tell you what, let me grab a few things here and we'll do another kind of miscellaneous like. I'll just pull out of one of these buckets here. And if we ran out of stuff on my tables, which is highly unlikely, I could go out to the garage where I have about 400 more, boxes of ephemera. So, all right, so we'll do the same thing we did on the first one. Oh, did you go to the game at the Bristol Motor Speedway? I would have liked to have gone to that, but I did not make it. Was a cool game, especially since Tennessee won. But here's the Black Hills of South Dakota, 10 natural color prints from Kodachrome, as Paul Simon sang. We'll throw a couple of these things in there. Rocky Mountain National Park, Colorado. These were reproduced from Ectochromes. And then one more of these, Pikes Peak Range, Colorado. So 10 of those. Never been to Pikes Peak. I've actually never been to Colorado. I drove from Vancouver, Washington back to Knoxville with my daughter when she lived in Vancouver, and we came north of Colorado. It was a really cool trip. We went to Shoshone Falls. We went to the Great Salt Lake. Those were probably the coolest things we saw. Of course, once we got past Wyoming, it was really nothing but cornfields and windmills. So that was pretty boring. Here's a 1920 calendar. Oh, ink blotter. So it's an ink blotter for Hartford tires. Doesn't look like the ink blotter's been used to any great extent anyway. There's some wear, but cool piece there with the old car. And it's got May, April, and June of 1920. Here's some kind of from a friend. And that was from Willie E. Fox or Millie E. Fox. So kind of Millicent's Memories there. But Millie Fox. Here's an Easter remembrance card. Looks like, I don't know, maybe put in something at some point. Here's an Easter greetings card from John J. Anderson. Hey, Morbid, thanks for coming in. Advertising collector. Just going to build a stack and then we'll start this and run it for probably 30 seconds or so. Just some little photo cards. I'm not sure what they are. Here's Buckingham Palace. Here's another one of those. House of Parliament. Let me throw a few more things in, then we'll get started. Here's the City of Ceres, the 14th panel of Abby's Quest of the Holy Grail. This does not have a date, but And then here's Sage Allen is as near as your nearest mailbox. How to use a postal card. And then these are okay. These are like I guess where you could order 1940s. It's got the 40 pre-printed. Yeah, so these were just mail order cards for whatever Sage Allen. So I'm not sure what Sage Allen did, but it was in Connecticut. Does anybody know what Sage Allen did? Anybody heard of Sage Allen who lives in Connecticut? All right, so let me go ahead and make sure I've got a stack of stuff here. And I'll start this one for 30 seconds. I do need to repin it so it doesn't just do it for 20. I wish there was an option to just restart it every time, but let's see. We are doing 4 to 7 again. Pin that. All right, here we go. And remember, I do have the 10 things catalog, so let me know if you want to run any of those or if you're looking for anything in particular. If I don't acknowledge you in the chat, just say it again because I'm trying my best to watch it, but sometimes it's hard when I'm flying solo. A lot of times my wife helps me, but she's at work today. All right, we're going to start this one. We'll go 30 seconds, and then I will start slinging stuff in there. Let me get the first thing ready here. And that is running. So here's like a Valentine's. This does look like it's torn at the bottom, but it's, one of the cards that I don't know if they handmade those. Here's something else. These look more like says pure linen handmade. So I don't know if that's probably a piece of something. Here's this one looks like maybe it's complete. So you got that, the love that sees and all fair things, the loved one's image thine that gives the earthborn angel wings. A couple more of these. All right. Case Guy 91. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I believe that's your first purchase from me. Let me write your name down here. And as I mentioned, all this stuff should ship out no later than Monday. There's always a chance I'll get a wild hair and do it in the morning. I know I won't do it tonight because I think we're going to a brewery tonight. So, don't know if I want to be packaging after I get home from the brewery. That on the bottom. All right. Hey, welcome in. Photo Unleasher. Let me see who I missed here. You're welcome, Case Guy 91. Bake Geo, Mike Mel, Fifth Avenue Vintage, Rona 256, Gunpowder Treason 1985. That's as far up as my screen goes right now. Anybody else I've missed? I'm Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures. Just doing a little bit of everything today. All ephemera though. Let me. As I mentioned, there's 10 things cataloged in the auction area. So let me know if you want me to run those. Hey, what's up, Wes? I did miss you. Sorry about that. That is the Slim Flippers. Wes, he's my podcast cohort along with Frizzy's Fine Johnny. So yeah, check us out on YouTube. Search for Finders Flippers or Resale Podcast. Or you can just go to franklinhillventures.com and there's a link to it. We'd appreciate the subscription or the subscribing to us, I guess, out there as well. So, all right, let's see what else we got. All right, let's see if there's any interest in this. I thought this was pretty cool. It's the official program of the Intertribal Indian Ceremonial. 10 cents. Let's see if there's a date or anything. Looks to be in pretty good shape. There's, little torn corner up there. Not torn, but a bent corner. 1939 is when this is from. So you got ads in here. Lots of cool images. So I assume this is something that was open to the public and they, just went over different parts of Indian life and stuff. Here was your important numbers. Ambulance was the the mortuary. So I guess they were really worried because they have the number for Raleigh mortuary in here, 56. Ceremonial Hogan is 18. Fire department 100, used only to report fire. So here's the an ad for something on Highway 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. And then here's the back. The only 100% American theater. So see if there's any interest in this one. I'll actually start this one once again. Let me go back in and repin this because I'll start this one at $3. I love Whatnot, but there are a few little quirks that, once you pin something with multiple quantity, your only auctions run next unless you repin it. So if anybody knows that there's a different way to do that, let me know. So we'll start this one at $3. And we will run it for 15 seconds. And here we go. Cool imagery in this one, though. The official program. Oh, maybe no interest in this. Oh, there we go. Case guy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the bid. All right, looks like you're going to take that one. Thank you so much. I will stick that with your other stuff. Move it down to the shelf. Let me make sure I don't have any pre-bids or anything on anything. All right, looks like we're doing good. All right, let's just let's build. I'm not sure what all these are. So this one's in an envelope that says United States Senate, and it says, I think this is just the envelope it was in. It says Eskimo dogs, and this was J.H. Gallinger of the United States Senate. I don't know if anybody wants to look up where he was a senator, but let's see what they stuck in the envelope here. Well, if I can get them out without messing the envelope up. There we go. Oh, cool. So it's like a postcard set, I guess, and they're like real photo type postcards. So you have Clark's Eskimo dogs breaking the trail. And Millicent, would this constitute an undivided back with the arrow coming down, or is this a little bit later than undivided back? Probably, but this is from the Shorey studio, or not just Millicent, anybody who knows more about postcards than I do. After 1906. Thank you, Hokey Scott. So Clark's Eskimo dogs. Here's Clark's Eskimo dogs. I guess all these are Clark's Eskimo dogs, but it looks to be a whole set. This one does have some wear there. Yeah, that one was stuck just ever so slightly to this one. No telling how long they'd been in this envelope. I don't know if this one went with the series or not, but it's the Volstead Act for me. No Volstead Act for me. Yeah, so that's a different one. It's a Defender postcard, but we'll just sell them as they came in here. Hill's Mealtime at the White Mountain Eskimo Sled Dog Kennels. Ah, look at the little baby ones there, and that's where it was stuck to that one behind it. Here's another one of those. So there's two of the bear drinking the Coke. I remember when I was a kid, New Hampshire. So this guy was a sorry about that. A New Hampshire senator in the 1910s. Thank you, C. Edwards, for that information. So we had two of those, and then here's a White Mountain teddy bear. Yeah, I was getting ready to say in Sevierville on the way to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, there used to be a gas station that had a bear that drank Coke. So that's just one of my memories as a kid. So we got kind of a mix of this bear and the sled dogs, but all animals. And then here's the contented pups at the White Mountain Eskimo Sled Dog Kennels in North Woodstock, New Hampshire. So that's where that was. Yeah, that Buc-ee's in Sevierville is the busiest Buc-ee's in the country, too, is what they told me last time I was there. All right, so we'll just go ahead and run this as a lot here and tell you what, I'll just, so I can run next, I'll start them at $3. And these will be running, I think it should be 15 seconds, $3 start. Cool set of postcards with the envelope. There we go. So I may have more postcards than I thought in this show, because these were all ones that were not in with like the main postcards that that were like in just the boxes of postcards. I mean, I have thousands and thousands of postcards still left. Sorry, I'm trying to get everybody seasick. Thank you, Hokey Scott. This will go back in this envelope. All right. And let me get your name written down. Hey, welcome in, Crash Bandicoot. Hey, Flat River Picker, Black Cops 39, I think. Badge be Badgerton. Let's see, Hokey Scott. All right, here's another envelope. This one is not labeled with the senators' names, though, but this one says Quawa. We'll see what it is. If I can get them out. Yeah, some more real photo. We have Onawa Lake and Mountain. Yeah, and so, okay, what year? I know if it's the four triangles pointing up on an Azo postcard, it's like 1904 to 1918. I'm going to assume the ones with what's two up in the corners and two down. I'm going to assume it's like after 1918, but if anybody knows the coding or the secret code on the Azo postcards, let me know. There's Lake Onawa, Maine from the CPR trestle. Yeah. I mean, I know you can Google it real quick, but I know that the Azos have like all these different symbols, and depending on which way they're pointing, dates them. So these look to be Maine. They're all Maine, I guess, so far. One of Young and Buxton's camps. Our cabins this summer. So they do have notes written on the back, or at least some of them do. Here's Squaw Mountains in Maine. Yeah, same. These appear to maybe, I guess they're all the same year because they all have the. Here's the Moosehead Lake in Greenville, Maine. Sorry for the glare there. This one's cool. Here's the Moosehead Lake, and it's got, looks like a steamboat here. And then another bigger, I guess that one's bigger, steamboat there. Here's Wild Deer. It's hard to see, but he's camouflaged there in the middle. Here's the path at Sherides. Then here's Long Pond Stream. And all these are in decent condition. There's a little edge wear on them, but other than some of them having some notes written on the back, they all appear to be unposted. Here's Wilson Stream in Greenville, Maine. Let me turn my laptop around here just a little bit so I can see the chat over here too. And then finally, just looking out on the lake, I guess, from somewhere. So we'll run these starting at $3 as well. Let's see, however many it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there were 11 in that envelope, and that is running. 04 to 08. Yeah, the four triangles up, I knew. This has two up and two down, I think. That one's so. I think that might be a little bit later. Maybe that's the next series. I don't really know. But yeah, if you see that, let me know. All right, Hokey Scott, that will go with your other ones. And just so y'all know, when I do these miscellaneous shows like this, I mean, I just stick everything in a stack, so they're 1910 to 1930. Thank you, Chevy Biller. So I don't like separate them out by lots. Hope that's not an issue for anybody. As you can see, I've sold a lot of stuff. I've got really good reviews, so you'll get what you did, but it's just keeping up with all that, and this kind of show's tough. So anyway, let's see. This one says Friends School in Lisburn. We may put this one with something else because this looks like more like just a tourist pack, but I have another one coming up that we'll run with this one. So yeah, I would guess what does people guess on these? Maybe 20s or 30s would be a rough guess. Here's the chemical laboratory at the Friends School in Lisburn. Hey, BB's Trunk, I have some pinup stuff in the buy it, or not buy it now, but the catalog, auction catalog. If you want me to run any of that, just let me know. Here's the dining hall. All these are unused, it looks like. Here's the gymnasium at the Friends School. You have this one girl sitting back there all by herself. Look at that swimming pool with those bathing suits. Wearing like cutlery. Well, you know, I have had some knife advertisements in the past. I don't know that there's anything like that in here, but I haven't looked that closely at all the stuff either. So there's a class in English literature. Actually, these are cooler than I thought they'd be. Boys Workshop, Friends School, Lisburn. But I did say I'd put something else with it, so I'll pull one more envelope. Here's the Boys Garden at the Friends School in Lisburn. Here's the lawn at the Friends School in Lisburn. So you might know where Lisburn is. Is that here or is that somewhere else? Okay. And then here's the snail hunters. Hunting snails, I guess, for so does that mean Lisbon's in France? Are they getting ready to eat escargot? So we'll do that, and then let's see what my other ones are here. Then we'll put these with it. It's views of Fort Ticonderoga. Whoops, that just tore off. Yeah, this envelope's kind of... All right, so here's the West Barracks and ruins of the South Barracks at Fort Ticonderoga. I'm not going to show the back of every one. So then we have just a general view of these cannons, and then the flagpole. Once again, these look to be maybe same era as these. Northern Ireland, cool. Thank you so much for that information, Katz. Dance Mom. He was the commander of the French troops at Ticonderoga in 1758. And then there's President Taft at Fort Ticonderoga in July 1909. So I don't know, maybe that's around the time frame of these. And then there's Ethan Allen. I guess he's the furniture guy, maybe. All right, so we'll run both these sets together. We'll start them at $3.15, and those are running. These are actually really cool. I did not have high hopes when I just read the name on the front, so. A class in English literature. I like the gymnasium picture, the pommel horse there. Nice dining hall. Library, chemical laboratory. Who else had a chemistry set when they were a kid and you could like sit there and randomly mix stuff together till you got an explosion? I mean, I don't know that they would let kids play with those nowadays, but I mean, you're taking all these chemicals that you have no idea what they do and you just randomly mix them together, but it was fun. And when you got two brothers, it makes it even more dangerous. All right, Case Guy 91. I think that's put it with your other things down here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Mighty Annie. All right, let me see what I got here. Maybe we'll just do this one as another miscellaneous. Then I'll run one of the pinup calendars for BB. Yeah, this looks like we can probably build some miscellaneous stuff. So I'll get a couple of things down on the table. Then we'll... All right, here's Connecticut Valley, January 1927. It's like an almanac. Well, I just tore a little corner off there. Uh, this was bent, I think. Yeah, the pages are bent. So at least I did it before I showed it, or as I was showing it. The Worcester Restaurant and Lunch, Billiards and Bowling on Asylum Street. So yeah, just actually a little advertising piece for the city, or for the Connecticut Valley. So you got that. I don't know what this is. It says Curtis H. Moyer announces an exhibition of pastels and etchings of Parents La Provence by Louis Orr. Does not have a date, but it was at the Moyer Gallery in Hartford. So probably a little card they handed out as an advertisement. Here's just some little like photo cards. There's Westminster Abbey. We saw a couple of these earlier. So they're not postcards. They're just little small cards. Here's another little photo card. This one's got some wear on the corners. But this one does have the photography studio on the back. It sounds like Swedish or Switzerland, maybe. Ginterlaken Schweiss. 1875, I think. 1873. Here's another miniature postcard. Here's a photo of a ship. Yeah, and all this stuff was just down in boxes, so I have no idea what else is going to be in this stack. So a little says, oh, I guess this is a card. Yeah. So an Easter card embossed with the chick on the front. Let me put a few more things, then we'll start it, and I'll do 30 seconds and keep throwing down. So here's an advertisement for Longwear shoes. And I guess it was in a little booklet or something. It kind of looks like maybe this was attached. And it's got a picture from Lynchburg, Virginia on the back. All right, so I got to go repin it so it doesn't run for 15 seconds. Let's see, pin. Start auction. Tell you what, we'll just start it at 3 and 30 seconds. All right, that's running. So here's the next. Here's souvenir folding postcard. Native American. This is pre-Nazi Germany, obviously. So back when that was good luck. But it looks like folding postcards from like the Colorado area. Here's this. This one has got a tear out of the corner there, but it does open up. It looks like, never can I be one half so dear to thee as thou art loved to me. Here's a picture of some horses. This is just like a piece of paper. All right, Case Guy, thank you. And this one kind of looks like the last one, so I'll throw it in as well. It's a fox hunt picture. So that will go with your other stuff. Stack this stuff up in a... Hey, Spaceman 55, Earth 1. All right, let me go ahead and do one of the pinup calendars. And let me put this with Case Guy's stuff. All right. Let me just pin the first one that I come to here. And it was this one here. All right, so that's this one. All right. Yeah, I can identify. I mean, in addition to selling, I buy, and I buy way too much. But um, you get, it's easy to get, get addicted to this. So this is the Esquire Glamour Gallery. I did look through this. None of these are ones that should get me in trouble. So uh, here's an essay on jiggling. So I'll just point out this is complete. Has the cover. The back has some wear. It came out of a scrapbook. It looks like so, or I know it came out of a scrapbook because I took it out. Um, so let's see what all we have here. Let me see if I can get it where we can show everything. So here's January, and this does have notes written throughout. So they obviously use this calendar quite a bit. I don't know if these are birthdays and stuff she has or he or she has written in there, but it's 1948. And there's the next picture. There's February. And she wrote a whole bunch. On Monday the 10th, went to ball game at school. On Tuesday the 17th, went to go see our school play, Sevierville. So I don't know if that means this came from Sevierville. Um, there's the third page. Yeah, so it's kind of like a diary too, in addition to just stuff written on the calendar. They wrote like what they did. I'll let y'all read that when you get it, whoever wins it. Um, wow, they did a lot in April. They were very busy. Uh, I had Ann Carroll, Barbara Huff, list a bunch of names. I mean, goodness. I don't know if she had them over or what, but um, there's that one. And I guess it does have the artist. So that last one was J. Frederick Smith. This one's Ben Hur Baz. That's a Fritz Willis on that one there. Joe Demur, I guess. I'm sure BB knows who all these artists are. Um, yeah, if you like pinups, make sure you follow BB because he does a lot of pinup only shows. These are just ones I happen to come across in that farmhouse. So there's another Ben Hur Baz. Whoops. I can keep from tearing it up. Bobby Webster's birthday on the 20th. There's another Fritz Willis. And then there's somebody Wicks, Ron Wicks, maybe. Look at the old stove. That was November. And then, so all the pinup pages are in really good shape. There's a little bit of wear along the top, some like foxing, discoloration, but no rips or tears really to this part. And then you get back here. This is the back, and you can see does have some tearing and such. So we will go ahead and run this. I'm going to start it at $5 and we'll see where it goes. Hey, Mashmo. Hey, Ann Catherine, Blessed and Dress. Anybody else I've missed? I'm Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures here in Knoxville, Tennessee. All this stuff I'm running today, or the most of it anyway, came out of an old farmhouse in Greenville, Tennessee. All right, this is going to run right now. Well, let's see. 30 seconds, and that's running. I like the essay on jiggling. So there was, let me just go through these again. 1948. Very, very cool calendar. Oh, Tomcat Antiques is going to get, well, nope. It's gone up a little bit now. So Yeah, like I said, all these are in really good shape. All have the artists. Probably a lot of interesting stuff to read here as well. All right, BB, I'm glad you got that. Go ahead and write your name down. All right. Tell you what, I'm going to start a new place for my stack. Give me just a second. I got to move this stuff off the shelf over here so I can put stuff over here. If anybody's interested, I also have some like just non-ephemera stuff that came out of the farmhouse. It's all like little knick-knack type stuff. There might be some sterling. There's some like costume jewelry, things like that. Like old costume jewelry, I believe. So let me know if anybody's interested in anything like that, and I can pull it up at some point too. So, hey Brian, 66 Wildwood pop up. Does anybody like old like Popular Science and Popular Mechanics magazines? I have a bunch of those too, and they're still in the brown labels or the brown backing. The only issue is I think in order to show them, I'll have to tear this because you can't just slide them out. They're like in there too tight. So, but let me know if anybody's interested in seeing any of those. Tell you what, let's run some postcards. Let me grab the stock here. And we'll just see what else in here. I also have a bunch of Viewmaster reels if anybody's interested in those. So let's see what we got here. Tell you what, I'll just kind of do this. What is in the brown label? It's Popular Science and Popular Mechanics magazines from like the 40s, I think. So yeah, they're not, maybe they didn't want the wives to see what the husbands were, getting about, fixing or hobbies and stuff. I don't know, but anyway, tell you what, I'm going to put down, say, like 15 postcards, and then I'll do kind of like I did in my other postcard show without the choice stuff at the top, and we'll just run, as long as I'll keep throwing them down as long as people are bidding. So here's Mammoth Cave. That one looks a little newer, maybe. Here's the new entrance to Mammoth Cave. Here's It's Great to Be Loved. There's 3. I'm not going to count this one. This one's kind of in rough condition. You can see it's got a bunch of creases, but we'll just throw it down. So that'll be in the lot, but not really counting it. So here's number 4. So more Mammoth Cave. Here's number 5, if I can get it off the stack here. Elizabeth Parlor, the new entrance to Mammoth Cave. Here's a tiger lily at the new entrance to Mammoth Cave. Here's a real photo of the New Sable River, or Sable River. I think it's Sable River. And yeah, so here's another ASO, and this one's got like not triangles, it's got like squares, I think. So I'm not sure what year that represents. Here's the Hotel Patton in Chattanooga. You got that. Here's the high school in it doesn't say Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's Bi Rapids, Michigan. I think BIE. Is that right? Has anybody heard of that city? Real photo. I'll do a couple more because I lost count. Here's the Mayflower Hotel in Washington, D.C. That one's 1941. Here's the Main Street Methodist Church in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And then I'll do this one, then we'll just start throwing them down. Here's a real photo of a soldier, it looks like. And that one's got the 4 triangles up. So I think that we do know that one's 1904 to 1918. That says Haskell Hill, or about 1918. So let me go ahead and go back and pin the miscellaneous. 4 to 7. Well, if I can hit the pin, there we go. And then I'm going to start the auction. I'm going to do 5 seconds, and then I'll keep throwing down. And just so you know, it looks like maybe we're coming up to maybe a batch of real photo here. So 30 seconds, started at $5, and we'll see how many we can get in the stack. And that's running. So here's another real photo. 1911 it says. Here's a family. That one's got some staining on the back. Here's some dude. George Hill. Then there's a baby. That one's got some staining. Here's this man here. We got Hokey Scott. Here's a baby. That's Glen Hill. So all these are marked with who they are. And then there's, I guess, 2 sisters, or a sister and a brother, maybe. Oh, wait, that wasn't the top. And tell you what, that one's a duplicate, so I'll take the next one off the stack here. So we'll throw that one in too. And that will go with your stack. Thank you so much. Let's see, Hokey Skies. Hey, Cowgirl. Welcome in. Stonehenge, Positively, Pippa, KMP. Thanks for coming in. Just running through a bunch of miscellaneous stuff today. So I'll tell you what, let's do this one. So these are best views of historical Washington souvenir postcards. So you got the envelope here. See if I can get the cards out here. So you have the Capitol in Washington, D.C., the White House. I'm not going to show the back on all these. Anybody want to guess? Those are probably, what, 20s or 30s would be my guess. There's the Washington Monument, United States Treasury, Library of Congress, Post Office. Are all these? Let's see. These might be from a couple of different series. I don't know, because the backs look a little different. So I will show the back. The Pension Office in Washington, D.C., the State War and Navy Departments in Washington, D.C., the U.S. Patent Office in Washington, D.C., pre-1915. Thank you. Scott Building, U.S. Soldiers Home, Washington, D.C. I guess I don't need to say Washington, D.C. every time. Corcoran Art Gallery, Smithsonian Institute, the Municipal District Building, the house in which Lincoln died. I've been there. Ford's Theater, where Lincoln was shot. Thomas Circle. Library of Congress. That's a cool building. I've been in there. Pennsylvania Avenue from the U.S. Treasury. Look at the old streetcars on that one. Then we have the new National Museum in Washington, D.C. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing. And we have Mount Vernon, which is Virginia. There's where George Washington died, in Mount Vernon. And then there's the Jackson statue. And finally, the Curtis Lee Mansion in Arlington, Virginia. So all these were in this envelope. I don't know if that's what originally came in here, all these, but we'll go ahead and run these. So however many were in that stack, we'll just go ahead and say, actually, I don't want to run next because I don't want it to run for 45 seconds again. So let me repin this. All right, start auction. We'll just do it for 15 seconds. I'll do a $3 starting bid, and here we go. So a good healthy stack of Washington, D.C. postcards. from the probably 1910s, if I were guessing. Thank you, Hokey Scott. All right, good deal on those. All right, see if I can get these back in this envelope. All right, I got them back in. So let's see, there's the Hokey Scott stack. All right, let's see. Tell you what, let's see what some of these popular science magazines are because they look really cool. Like I said, I'm gonna have to like unwrap them. So because you can't. Well, I'll take that back. That one did come out, and some of the other ones I couldn't get out. So this is a popular science new guns you should know about. Let's see if it's got a year. 19. Did I have a year on the front anywhere? Let's see a year on the front. 1948. So I think all these are from the 1940s. I'm sure there's all kind of cool advertisements and stuff in here as well. If your house were A-bombed. There you go. Nice uplifting article. And then you have the Camel is the big league choice for mildness and flavor. It's not a 40s magazine without a cigarette ad on the back. So you got Billy Martin, Warren Spahn, Mickey Mantle here. That's cool. Bob Lemon, Bill Cox. Tell you what, I'll do a choice on these three here. Let me see if I can. And I'll keep the cover with it. I probably won't be able to get it back in the cover, but we'll keep them together. See if I can get this one out. It's funny, I lied that you could not get them out. All right, here's one, Popular Science. It's got a scuba diver on the front. How to outwit poison ivy. And this one actually does not have a cigarette ad on the back. It's binoculars. It's like wearable binoculars. Let's just, so you got scuba diving, the science fashion show. Looks like cars. So like how to identify cars. There's a seal. So you got that one. There's 4 of them here, so I'll just pull all 4 out. Yeah, see, this is more the experience I had. I can't get this one to come out. Some of them are in here kind of tight. So I'm just going to have to tear this one. Well, maybe I can get it torn enough to... Goodness, there we go. Then this one is the Yangtze Dam. I think that's in China. And look at that's cool. It's got the boat going into this tunnel under the mountain. This one's 1946. More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Damming the Yangtze Gorge. I wonder what that receipt's for. There's an ad for an airplane. So you got that one. And like I said, I did have to rip that, but I'll still throw it in. And then the last one. And we'll just see if there's any interest in these. Yeah, this one's going to have to be torn some too. Yeah, they're very snug in these covers. Alright, I'm just going to have to rip this one, so I'm not even going to worry about including it. I mean, I don't know that they add that much to it anyway, so. Here's the Popular Mechanics. So we have 2 Popular Mechanics, 2 Popular Science. That one's December 1946. New Rivers to the West. And you have a Schaefer pin out on the back. Station Moon. Is it possible? It's possible to shoot a 100-pound radio weather station to the moon and land it undamaged. There's a Santa Claus ad. That's cool. Prince Albert. So tell you what. Let me just. I'll start these at $3. We'll do choice, and I'll just run next, and then you can let me know which one you want. Here we go. That's running. See if there's. Well, it ran at 5. So if anybody wants to bid at 5, if not, I'll restart it at 3. But all right, let me restart it and just see if there's any interest at 3, and that'll tell me if we need to run any more of these. I think they're cool, but let's see. Let me repin that. All right, $3.15. Now it's running. So you have the one with the gun on the front, you have the scuba diving, and then you have this one here and the Yangtze Dam. So apparently nobody cares for Popular Science or Popular Mechanics magazines, so we will not run any more of those. All right, anything in particular anybody wants to see? I can run some more postcards. We got lots of postcards. I can run more miscellaneous lots. I got tons of miscellaneous. Tell you what, let me run these. I thought these were really cool. Yeah. So this is I guess it's a basketball team. It says United Photo Shop in Bloomington, Illinois. The photo itself is fine. It does have a piece torn off of here. But I know any like old sports photos like this can do really well. So, okay, I'll do some more miscellaneous. Tell you what, let me just I'll run all 3 of these together. So I have 3 sports or basketball photos. So here's another one, 1931. So we know the date on that one. I guess that's the basketball team for CHS, some high school that, oh wait, maybe Whistle. Gardens, something school, maybe. Maybe that's a G, not a, maybe that's a G, not a C. So you got that one. And then this one here. This one says 1930. And it's got all the people who played. And it says this is Union Heights School, 1929, 1930 in Smith County. I don't know if that's Smith County, Tennessee, or another Smith County. So we'll do the 3 of these basketball pictures. And I'm not even sure. Did I even run the Popular Mechanics magazines? Because I noticed it's still at $5. So we'll go ahead and start this one. And I'll just do it for 15 seconds. And here we go. Starting at $5. The 3 basketball pictures. Okay, I did run them twice. Cool. I love that one. Wished it wasn't torn, but it's still cool. So, oh, they must have won something. Look at that little bitty trophy they won. And then holding the plaque over here. I guess these are the coaches, maybe. And then you got this one here. Standing in front of, I guess that's the school building made of wood there. Guaranteed for life. Fox Company, San Antonio, Texas. All right, Postcard Hound, thank you. Your first purchase from me. So let me make you a sticky note. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me put this over here. All right, I'll do a miscellaneous slot here. Let me pull a few things. So I've got some stuff to run. Here's a good stack of miscellaneous stuff. I also have some trade cards. It looks like in a thing over here if anybody's interested in those. I've got stereo view cards, like a big stack of them. So I've got a bag of buttons. I don't know if they're old buttons or not, if anybody likes those. So, and also check out the couple of items I have cataloged. And then I'll run some other pinup calendars here in a couple of minutes too. All right, let me see. God, I've got so many boxes to just pull miscellaneous stuff from. So let me go ahead and. So these are the minutes of the 87th annual session of the Mulberry Gap Association in Hancock County, Tennessee, 1925. So just a little bit of light reading. It does have some separation of the pages, and then there's some separation of the cover there. So throw that down. Here's Asher Sizemore and Little Jimmy's 1937 edition, Songs of the Soil, Mountain Ballads, Old Hymns, Children's Songs, and Cowboy Songs. It does have some wear as well, but the inside pages, still look to be in pretty good shape. Not sure what this is, just a little almost like a paper dolly, but it's got French writing on the back. Here's 1919, a French letter. I cannot read French, so maybe it has something to do. This was right next to it. Here's the Soldier's French Phrase Book. It does have a tear right here. 1917. This is Manual of Interior Guard Duty, United States Army. And of course, you can see where this tore. There's some staining on the page there. Oh, we could use this to translate the letter, I guess. So here's Grant and Peace. It's like just a little cardstock image there. I guess it's after he died, maybe, with the little angel. The tallest structure. Maybe that came out of like a photo views book or something. And then here's some just photos. Looks like a lake scene. Storm on Lake is what it says. Something crossing distance. I'm not sure. Looks like they do have writing on them. Here's Lake. Seen by Canary Tagish. Must be maybe over in France or something. So, all right, let me pull one more thing out here, and then we will get to running. Here's a real photo postcard. Are those teacups? Oh my gosh, look at all these teacups and teapots. Unfortunately, this one does have some damage at the bottom. So let me find another couple of things to start with. Here's just a couple of large, newer postcards. All right, let me make sure I got enough stuff to continue to throw in there, and then we'll get it started. So let me go back and repin this so we can run it for 45 seconds, or 30 seconds rather. Welcome in, everybody who's just joining. We're just going through all this ephemera that I pulled out of a farmhouse here in East Tennessee. We're doing some miscellaneous lots. I have some stuff cataloged. If you want to see any of that stuff, let me know. I think I have 9 things left in the catalog. And we're getting in the middle of running a miscellaneous ephemera. You're going to get everything that's on the table plus everything I can throw down until the auction ends. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start it. We'll do $5 start. We'll do 30 seconds. And we're off and running. So we got a postcard and Easter greetings little card. Then we have, is that open? Oh yeah, so it's just a little greeting card of some sort. Here's an annual meeting of the Some Sunday School Association, 1912. It's just like a photo. It's kind of on paper, but it's a photo of some sort. These look like, so they have ads on the back and then images on the front. So there was a shoe ad, another shoe ad. All right, Desiree, thank you. I'll go ahead and throw the rest of these in because they're all look like they came together. All right. Desiree 71, thank you. Or is it Desiree? With the two E's at the end. So. All right, I'll tell you what, I got a bunch of photos. Then I got a bunch more postcards and envelopes. So let's go ahead and do some of these photos. We'll do it as a miscellaneous photo lot. So here's Knoxville, Tennessee, a little baby. Looking to see if we could see a mother in there. I don't see one. But this was Naffle Brothers, maybe. Does have some damage along the edge there. Here's another baby photo. This one was from Shelby in Virginia, it looks like. St. Paul. Let's see what these are. That looks like the guy from the Three Stooges kind of there. There's three. I guess another of that same guy. I think all these are maybe of this same guy. Yeah, so there's one more of him. Let me see what else we got here down the bottom. There's a bunch of photos over here. That dapper looking guy. So mostly all studio photos here. And here's some like photo booth little photos. That one's torn at the top. Looks like these may have been cut out from a photo booth photo thing. All right, let me go ahead and start these, and I'll just keep throwing photos in until it finishes. So I think we can run next on this, and that is running. So a lot of old photo booth photos, it looks like. Biddle and Mountain in Knoxville, Tennessee. Those two dapper guys. Oh, so it's like, yeah, so it was a penny, an arcade picture there. Matty Hill. All right, here's the last one. So, and then I'll throw this one in. It's torn, but you could cut the top guy out. So all those there. Hey, Gracefully Saved Treasures. Thank you, Flip Your Wig, and everybody else who's bid on this one. Looks like Flip Your Wig's going to take that one. Let me get your name written down. Where did my Post-its go? There they are. I'm guessing that's well over 4 to 7 ounces, but that's okay. The good thing about doing a show on a Friday is you can spread your overages out. So I can, if I start packing tomorrow and use all my overages, then I can wait and package the rest on Monday morning or Sunday afternoon after my overages have set out. So I really have 10 overages I can use. Oops. Thank you. Thanks to everybody who did on that one. All right, let's see what we got now. Tell you what, BB, I'll do another pinup calendar for you. Let's do this one. It's a really big one. Unfortunately, it's missing January. Uh, but outside of that, I assume it may have had a cover at one time. I don't know. Do you think it had a cover, BBs? Um, but like the other one, it's got some notes in it. I'm going to assume these belong to the same person. So yeah, so January's missing. It does have the back cardboard cover on it. So let's see if we can show these. Yeah, so there was February. There's March. Try to keep these attached here. There's April. These do not show an artist name on it, unlike the last calendar. There's May. I think all these are PG enough to show in here. There's June. That would be my birthday. There's July. Try to give you a view of it here. My table's too small for this big one here. Sorry about that. Yeah, that one's detached. Almost. There's August. Move her over there. September. Bookworm. October. And this calendar is really, really large. I can measure it if you want me to. But it's like probably 17, my guess, somewhere in that range. Maybe 16. Here's November. And then finally, December. It says Earl called from Sevierville twice, and then he and Tam came up. Earl walked me home from the movie. Earl must have been her boyfriend. Met Dan Miller at Barbara Miller party. Had a date with Jimmy Grimes from Knoxville. Went to the movie. Double dated with Virginia. So we know this belonged to a girl in 1949. So we'll go ahead and get this one started. Let me go out and pin it. I forgot to pin this one. This one was, let's see, it's this one here, the 1949 pinup calendar missing January. So let me, I think that got it. All right. Thanks for the pre-bits on this one, everyone. All right, we're going to start it right now. That's good. $5 start, 30 seconds. Here we go. I've already shown them. Just let it run with her. Hey, Love Dog. Welcome back, Greets Deeds. I don't think people actually leave. It just like, I know when I'm in shows, it constantly shows me coming and going. Tomcat Antiques, thank you so much. Let me write your name on here. I don't think you'd want anything else from me, but it doesn't really matter. Tomcat. All right, let me put this over here. Tell you what, we'll just go ahead and close out while we're doing the pinups, we'll do the last one of these pinups. And this one is, I can't remember if it was missing anything or not. All right, let me go here. let's see. This is the 1948. This is another Esquire 1950. Is that right? Yep. So let me pin that one. Thanks to everybody who stuck with me. We got started at 1 o'clock, so we've been almost an hour and a half and still have 19 people in here. Thank you so much. So yeah, I mean, I called this one fair condition. If you look the front page, I mean, it's had a little critter damage, like insects probably. This, as I mentioned, this has been in a farmhouse for who knows how long. It says Ralph Maples took her to church. So you have this one, and this one is an Esquire. If you can see in the corner, copyright by Esquire, printed in USA, and this one does have the artist names on it. So that one's Al Moore. And that front page is detached completely. I think that was the only page that was detached. I can actually, tell you what, let me, for this one, I'm going to take the camera off since I can flip the pages easily on this one. Around here. All right, so here is February. Ed Miller took her to the library. The only problem with holding the camera, it's hard to do this one-handed. Tell you what, I'm just going to put it back in here. I think I can show it good enough. I'll move the thing if I need to. Well, I'll do this. So there she is. I wonder if I can, let me go to tools here and zoom, see if I'm zoomed out. Zoom camera. There we go. That's what I needed to do. And, you know, some of these, they all have maybe a little detachment to some point, but the first page was the only one that was fully detached. All right, there's April. There's May. Actually, I guess maybe all these were by the same artist because this does not have an artist name on it. That page didn't. Yeah, maybe these were all by that artist on the first page. Here's June. She's got her cigarettes and her radio. There's July. It looks like she's strangling this poor cat. There's Magician for August. Cheerleader for September. Well, let me just show these last couple without completely opening. I don't want to mess the pages up. There's October. There's November. And then finally, there's December. So overall, these pages are in really good condition. You know, outside of being kind of partially detached from the top on some of them, in January being fully detached. But the back cover's in good shape. I assume this also would have had a cover with it, which is missing. This is the only page that really has any damage there in the corner. So we'll go ahead and get this one started. And $5. And that is running. So I guess Al Moore is the artist on all these, would be my guess. So this girl always, she never lacked for dates, that's for sure. Because in that other one where she wrote the diary pages, she had all kind of dates written about there. She appears to have had a really big friend group as well. I love the cheerleader one. All right, Mighty Annie, thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that's your first purchase during this show. Let me zoom my camera back to where it was. Let's see. I think that's the one I want. Thanks for the bids, everyone. Sorry about that. Make everybody seasick. Hey, Mr. Collector Kentucky, Jacob J. Sherman. Thanks to everybody who's coming in. All right, let's do, let's see if there's any interest in these, because I want to make sure I show them, because I thought these were the coolest things. Where are they? Did I put them? Where did I put those? Oh, here they are. So these are some photos that are World War II photos, and they're from Okinawa. So let me go pin this. I do have a higher starting bid on this, so it's fine if y'all don't want to bid, but I do want to show them just because I think they're really, really a cool piece of history. So first off, this was with the pictures. I'm going to cover up this guy's social security number. I'm sure he's dead because he was born in 1921, but he could be 100 and something, and even if he's dead. But it's got his name and birth date, and then it's almost like a resume. So it tells when he enlisted, 1942, he was in active duty, 1943, discharged, 1946, and then it's almost like a resume. Georgia Tech, then boot camp at the Marine base, casualty, Okinawa Island, which is one of these pictures are from. And then he was a radar technician, so U.S. Marine Corps. So that will be included with the pictures. And then here's the pictures. These appear to be original photographs. So here is the communication section. Okinawa after something 1945. So, but it was the 1st Battery, 3rd Battalion, 11th Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division. I think I got all that right. Okay, now I will say, like, the photos, like this one's got some stuff on it, but I want to try to rub it off. They're definitely, like, well looked at, I guess is one way to put it. I mean, they're kind of thin. And they have these stickers on the back. I don't know if they were cataloged in something or what, but this one says the largest cave I saw in Okinawa. I think they were making shoes here. 1945 Okinawa. And then this one here, let's see, it's got a little tear in the corner. It says Live Patrol, I was on it, caves, as in the, I can't read that. Caves are in the background, maybe. So anyway, now I don't have any watches. I do have some costume jewelry that came out of this farmhouse. Then you have this one, and it says I didn't see it, 1945. So I don't know if that's, it's like an animal maybe. If you can see, it's hard to see, but I'm not sure what that is. But that picture does have some wear. And then this one here says, is it Nasty Cave or Masty Cave? Musty Cave, maybe. And then here's a skull with a helmet. It does say top here. And I mean, I'll just, this term for the day, a Jap bulldozer covered most of them. His head just got left out. I'm sure the men behind us finished the job in the right way. We had to push on. So, then I think this one's like Laundry Day or something, maybe. Yep, Laundry Day, my bucket, 1945 Okinawa. Yeah, and the guy that, let's see, I know in one of the pictures, I mean, the guy that this resume is for, he's in a lot of these pictures. I mean, he's the one, I guess, who wrote the notes on the back. So, I would call these fair condition. It says, bet you don't know we were in every picture you would, in any picture. Bet you didn't know in any picture you would see a gun close by. So he's got his gun here. And then this one says rest period 3 days, rifles, helmets, etc. everywhere. This is the FO field office, maybe in Can section. They left us alone. We always needed men to go up. When I left China, I was in something as NCO. So anyway, I guess that's the latrines and such. And then finally, is this him? Let's see. So this one's in China on guard duty, main entrance to our compound. Yeah, so this is the guy that's mentioned in the information section. So like I said, I am starting this one at $20. I mean, it's just if they don't sell, I'll probably just keep them, to be honest, for at least for a little while. Um, and then if you weren't in here, this was all the guy's information. So I'm covering up his social security number. So, like I said, almost like a resume. So we'll go ahead and start that and see if there's any interest. And that is running. I'll go back through it. So that's the group of guys there. The camp, rest time, doing laundry. There was the dead Japanese person that didn't get covered up by the bulldozer. Some kind of cave, a couple of pictures of caves. All right. Thank you, Jacob Sherman. I hope you enjoy those. Appreciate the bid. Get your name on there. Put these back in this envelope. And if you weren't in here earlier, yes, it is a piece of history. I mean, I'm glad it's going to somebody who will appreciate it. And I mean, I did some looking online to find other pictures, and I probably could have got a little more if I would have just listed it somewhere. But I like doing the wet nut stuff like this, and if somebody else can make more money on it, fine. But a lot of times I know it goes to collectors. So, all right. Tell you what, let me just run through. I don't have any pre-bids on anything. Let me just make sure. Because I want to make sure I run those. Nope. But let me go ahead and run. These other things I have cataloged just to get them done. Then we can just go back to doing miscellaneous stuff. So I thought this was a really cool grouping of stereo view cards. They're all from the 19 or 8. Let's see, was it 18 something? Let me go ahead and pin this one. Yeah, 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis. So there's 24 in this lot, and I'll start them for just $5. But there's the Ceylon's National Pavilion. I'll just show one side of the card. The main court of Asla on the Pike, and these do have information on the back as well. So, but I'm not going to show the back on everyone. Here's a married couple. I wonder if that one's. I'm not sure if that one's from the World's Fair or not, to be honest. So, but it'll be included. But I know most of them are if that one's not. Yeah, there's the Brazilian buildings. Here's bird's eye view of the observation wheel. And these are 1904, as I mentioned. There's the Iowa State building. This one does have a tear. There's the Connecticut State Building. Here's Oriental acrobats in the streets of, quote, Asia. Guess it's kind of like Epcot. I know they have the French acrobats at Epcot. Here's Camel and Driver in Asia. Here's entrance to the Pike from Plaza St. Louis. Here is Ben Chama Temple in the Siamese Pavilion. What did Siam become Pakistan? Is that right? The administration building. Then we have members. Okay, I guess these, yeah, that is World's Fair, because this one, they were in the Philippine Village. So, and then here is Gateway to Tyrolean Alps. And then there's the statue of Marguerite in the French Gardens. Battle Abbey on the Pike. And there's another Philippines village. There's Seal and Seafowl at Hagenbach Show. That one's got some stuff on the back there. Yeah, and Japanese Rest House and Gardens. The Montana State Building. Speaking of Montana, we just got finished watching, what's the prequel to Yellowstone, the 1880 whatever. Man, that is the most depressing show. There's like not one bit of good news in the whole series. So, I still haven't watched Yellowstone. My wife watched me, but then she got me into watching the 1886. And now we've started on the 1920 whatever one. We've just watched one episode of it. So I'm going to watch Yellowstone, I think, after we finish these prequels. And then there's the festival hall. So you're going to get all 24 of these starting at $5. And also, I think I've neglected to mention, you may have figured out that shipping's capped at $8.77. So that's the most you'll pay in shipping. So let me go ahead and start this. I'm just going to, since I've already showed them, 15 seconds. And that's running. Thank you, Jacob Sherman. 24 World's Fair stereo view cards. And I think you can actually, even if you don't have a stereo viewer, if you know how to do it, you can see that, you can cross your eyes and see these. They're kind of like there's Facebook pages that have all kind of the 3D stuff that you can go look at. And I know a lot of times people just take pictures of the stereo view cards. See if I can do it. It's hard because these are pretty big. Anyway, thank you, Jacob Sherman. That will go with your pictures you got. All right, let me see what I had next in the catalog. And then, like I said, we'll go ahead and run through all this stuff. This was a pretty cool. Let me pin this. So this is a card game, and it's called The Game of Cities, and it does appear to be complete. I think it's from the 1940s, just based on what I could find. It might be a little older, but it does have the instructions. But there's 3 cards for each city. So, like, there's New York, and I think it's like a trick. You're trying to collect all 3 of the cards. It's probably kind of like Old Maid or something, maybe. I don't know exactly how it works, but oh, that's cool, Jacob Sherman. Yeah, that's like the World's Fair we had in Knoxville. There's really only the Sunspear left. All the other buildings, the pavilions and such, were all made to be torn down. So really nothing's left other than the Sunspear here in Knoxville. Here's Baltimore. And they have, some kind of landmark of the city. Then we got Washington, D.C. Then Detroit. Oh, and here's what the backside looked like. Milwaukee. Speaking of St. Louis, there's St. Louis. Los Angeles. And then Boston. Philadelphia, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. So a pretty cool vintage game. I think if you look that up on eBay, you'll see they sell pretty well and sell for quite a bit more than the $5. But on here, they're starting at $5. So we're going to start the auction. 15 seconds, $5 start, and we're off and running. And it's in this Sage Allen box, Hartford. It's just what they were in. So Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Chicago, Philadelphia, Boston, Los Angeles, St. Louis, Milwaukee, Detroit, Washington, Baltimore, and New York. Thank you, Cat Stance Mom. Thanks for the bids, everyone. Let me write your name down. And we'll put you right over here. Let's see. And then we'll go ahead and run. We'll see if there's any interest in this. I don't know if there will be or not, but I'll go ahead and run it. And I do see there's a P bid, a pre-bid. I hope it's not a P bid on the next items. So we'll run it next. So this actually came from a friend of mine who worked for Jolly Green Giant. I think she said she worked there in either the 70s or 80s. And I guess she said they gave these bags out to employees. I'll just go ahead and let you know. I'll try to brush it off. It had some dog hair on it. That she had dogs at her house. So I tried to get most of them off, but I might have missed one. But it's a canvas bag. It's got the Jolly Green Giant here. It does have some staining. And then on the back, it's got the ho, ho, ho. And then here's it's like a wooden ball for the drawstring. I mean, it's in really good shape, as far as like no rips or tears that I could find. Like, yeah, there's a dog hair there that I missed. So I just want to point that out. I'll roll it before I ship it out. But fair warning. Sure. All right, we'll go ahead and start this. And this is running. I like the song "The Jolly Green Giant" by the Kingsmen. If you've never heard it, go check it out. So, hey, old new used, thank you so much for the bid. Yeah, this was just in a stack of stuff she gave me to sell for, and she said she didn't care how much she got for it, so I figured I'd bring it to Whatnot and just see what happens. Old new used, thank you so much. Yeah, for anybody just coming in, I am Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures. I'm here in Knoxville, Tennessee, as you can probably tell from my accent. In addition to Whatnot, I sell on a bunch of other online platforms. That's where I sell all my china and glassware and all that kind of fun stuff. And do mostly ephemera here on Whatnot. And then I also have 3 antique booths here in the Knoxville area. So yeah, if you're ever coming through, stop in and visit either Granny's Attic in Clinton, which is just north of Knoxville, or Bearden Antique Mall and West End Antiques, which are both in Knoxville. Yes, swap shop land. Yeah, in fact, the JD from JD's Auction, who did the swap shop show, his auction house is right across the street from our antique mall. They did not ask me to be in the show, though, so. All right, so then next we'll run this one that has a pre-bid. This is another really cool item. And this is in excellent condition for its age. So this is another World's Fair related item. This is Fairmount Park in the International Exhibition at Philadelphia. It's the Centennial Edition, illustrated, presented by John Baird Sons and Company. It does have a name written right here. Rogersville, Tennessee, Sally E. Hasto or Baston. And then John Baird and Sons were importers of Italian goods, marble, and rags. It's kind of a, Italian goods and marble sound fancy. And then I like the way they did this in the fancy script, and rags in Philadelphia. And then this is cool. It's this fold out map, and it's still attached and in excellent condition. But that's the map of Fairmount Park. And then really good artwork in here. The etchings. So 1876 is the date on this book. Let me make sure. Well, yeah. So it's definitely, 1875 is when it was entered, and then it looks like it was printed in 1876. It's got the president was U.S. Grant when this took place. So Vice President Henry Wilson. It's got all the other people. It's got all the different names who are associated with the World's Fair exhibition. Yeah, the Republic of the United States, having determined to commemorate the close of the first century of existence by an international exhibition, was done in Philadelphia. So I guess it was the centennial of the U.S. is what it was. So as you can see, a lot of good etchings. There's the Lincoln Monument. I won't go through every page, but and the pages seem to be real firmly attached. You can see the string binding there. There's a little bit of separation, like right there. Yeah, there's a better look at the string holding everything together. And I'm going to be careful because, with a lot of these old books, as you get closer to the back, like if I were to try to open it all the way, I don't want to risk, splitting the binding. So I'm going to kind of show it like this because the binding does get a little stiff. But yeah, most of the good images. And then you have all these like ads in the back. There's the Schuylkill Navy. There's another John Baird and Sons, Hall and Carpenter. And then you could order a facsimile of a Centennial Memorial Medal in gilt for $5, in silver for $3, and bronze for $2. So I don't know. This book got a little bit of that's probably the glue that's bubbled up a little bit right there. But yeah, this is in about as good a shape of books of this time period that I have found. Oh, you do have one little tear back here, it looks like. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Whoops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to make you seasick. All right, start auction. 15 seconds is fine. We've already looked at it. $5 start, and we're off and running. So yeah, just a lot of real. I mean, this book's got a lot going for it with the ads and the images and the information about the government at the time, with it being U.S. Grant, and yeah, just a lot to like about this one. And I guess it's got all the information about the different buildings and stuff that they had. There's like facts and figures of the size of each of the pavilions. So China was there, Japan, Liberia, old, new, and used. Thank you so much. Goodbye on that. Hope you enjoy it. I'll put that with your other. Let's see, where was your. stick. Trying to find a place to set this. There, we'll just set it over here. I gotta clean off a new spot to put stuff. Give me just a second. I've got a lot of shelf space, but it got eaten up quickly with this show, so. All right. Let's see. Tell you what, let me just see what I got here. Oh, still had a couple more. So we'll go ahead and do lot 5, and then 6 also has a pre-bid. So that'll take, I got 2 more things that I had cataloged. So we'll go ahead and run both those. So let me pin this first one. All right, I guess you would call this a scrapbook. I have no idea the age of this or anything. So I think the cards that were on this page are loose on the next page, or on the, actually this page here, because there's 3 cards and I think there were 3 slots. So these are all California scenes, and they're like not quite postcard size. And I don't think they had anything on the back. Let's look at these ones that fell out. Yeah, and they're blank on the back. So I don't know what these were, but there's 113 of these cards in here, and they all have different scenes from California. So we'll just go through it real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time dwelling on the content. If there's, I think the Golden Gate Bridge is in here. There's the Muir Woods, Incoming Tide. So it was obviously some kind of California souvenir set, though. Best I can tell, everything was California anyway. Although Joshua Tree, that's not in California, but maybe there are Joshua trees in California. If nothing else, it is the West for sure. But everything I saw that had a state name was California. So you might know if there's Joshua trees in California. Here's the Golden Gate Bridge. So it's post whenever the Golden Gate. Cool. So it probably is all California. I don't know if these were like, included in something, or if you bought the whole set. I mean, does anybody know what these kind of cards would have, where they would have come from or anything? I mean, age-wise, I would guess maybe 30s or 40s, but that's just a guess. I haven't seen any cars or anything in them, I don't think. Oh, so Josh, okay. I guess I thought Joshua Tree National Park was in another state. I knew Yellowstone was in, Yosemite was in California, not Yellowstone. But I did not realize Joshua Tree was in California. I thought it was in a different state. I always learn something in my Whatnot shows. So there's Nevada. So all these are Yosemite images. I do like the Joshua Tree album by U2, so. There's Stanford University. Hopefully this is giving y'all a good enough look at these. I don't want to spend too much. There's another Golden Gate Bridge. But yeah, there's another Golden Gate Bridge. It'd been nice if like at least one of these had a picture of a car or something in it, but I can always help you date things. No, they're all in photo corners. So best I can tell, none of them are glued. So they would be easy enough to remove. Like I said, I guess you'd call this a scrapbook. It's, it's like brown pages, and it probably looks like it used to have had a string that maybe held it together. but now they're just all kind of loose. So you're probably bidding more on the cards than you are the album itself. And I considered even taking them out, but since I'm doing the bid, capped at 877 anyway, I don't know that it really mattered. So it'll be easy to ship this way. All right, so let me, like I said, I think the ones from here are those loose ones that are here. But in any case, there's 113 if I counted correctly. So let me go ahead and start this. And that is running. Get a drink of water while y'all bid on that. I wonder if that's a complete set. I mean, 113, I don't know. That seems like kind of an odd number maybe, but oh, my back starts hurting after I've sat here a while. Tell you what, while this finished, I am going to walk to the end of the room and back just to stretch out a little bit. I get into these shows and forget to stand up. All right, we got Flip Your Wig, $21. Thank you so much. And if you weren't in here earlier, all this, it might ship out tomorrow, more likely probably Monday. If it ships out tomorrow, I will just have exceeded expectations. We'll call it that. But they will ship out for sure on Monday. Let's see. Let's Flip Your Wig. Stick this over here. All right, let's see what. So we have one more cataloged item, which is this Valentine's scrapbook. So let me grab it. And unfortunately, these are glued in, which I think I mentioned that in the condition section. But I mean, there's some really cool Valentines in here. Well, these are taped, but they're taped and or glued. Should have outlawed glue. Never invented it. Let me pin this one. All right, so let's see what all we got in here. And I did not count these, but we can just go through them here. So, they do, some of them do open, but they're all like glued or taped down. And all the edges of the page. So, we'll let somebody else try that, Eva, but I'm glad you mentioned that. That's good to know for future reference. Once again, the Whatnot community is so awesome, and I've learned so much. It's hard to believe I've been on Whatnot. I think it'll be 3 years in April. So just about to approach my 3-year anniversary on the platform. Last year, I really didn't do as much. One of my resolutions for this year for my business is to maybe do more Whatnot than I did last year and be more consistent with it. I don't know. I just got a little burned out on it because I was doing so many shows in 2023. So, but yeah, these are all 1940s. It looks like. Let me know if y'all see anything you want more details on, but I'm just going to kind of show them without any commentary here. I like the pig. And if for any people just coming in, all this ephemera we're looking at today came out of an old farmhouse in Greenville, Tennessee. I mean, and I've already been up there twice. I think I'm going to go back. I don't know if there's any ephemera left. I mean, my wife went with me last time, and we were digging in every corner of the house, and found some stuff that I missed the first time. Well, the first time I just got postcards. So maybe, I mean, there very well could be more, but there's all kind of other stuff too that, stuff I sell like china and glassware and all those kind of things as well. And I think the person who owned the farmhouse must have been a hoarder because, like, it's just jam packed full of stuff, just stuff, stuff, stuff. And there's no rhyme or reason to how it's stored. It's just like if you've been in the postcard shows I did the last couple of weeks, the the policeman lost his head. Um, the stuff that came out of the postcards that came out of the farmhouse. I mean, they were just randomly in all these. Yeah, it is cool. So they at least hoarded really cool stuff. So you're right. They were a collector, not a hoarder. Um, but yeah, there was no rhyme or reason to the order the postcards were in. I mean, I think we found 3 or 4 Halloween postcards so far in what we've looked through. I mean, if you were in the show where I sold the albums, one of the coolest albums I've ever seen. It had a Halloween postcard, it had a I think it was '08 Chicago White Sox postcard that had the players on it and stuff. And then just all kind of other really interesting subject matter postcards. I've still got 2 postcard albums left to sell that I'll be doing a week from today. So make sure you bookmark that show as well and come back and see me next Friday, same time, 1 o'clock p.m. I'll probably run today till 4:30 or so. Um, I think we're going to a brewery tonight to eat pizza and drink beer with 2 of my daughters and my future son-in-law. So, all right, I think we've looked through it all. I did not count that, but it's quite a few in there. But it's everything in the album you're bidding on. And we'll go ahead and get this started. Looks like we have pre-bids up to $13. So I'm just going to run it for 15 seconds, and here we go. Thank you, TMD. My dog came down to see me. Are you okay? Give me a minute, and then I'll take you out if you want to go. Hey, I tell you what, while y'all finish up on the bids on that, which this may be we're finished right now, I'm going to take my dog out and let her out the back door real quick, so I'll be right back. Hang tight. You want to go potty? I'll be right back. You'll hear me. I have to encourage the dog. So. Go potty, Sam. Go potty. It's cold out here. All right, going back upstairs. All right, I'm back. Oh, appreciate the bids, everyone. What did I do with my glasses? Oh, they're on my neck. You know you're getting old when you forget your glasses and all that kind of stuff. So I left and everybody left. So welcome in. Let's see. So this went to Mighty Annie. Thank you. Let me write your name on here real quick. Yeah, and it did say on the front, it says Valentine's from 1942 to 1948. 7 years of Valentine's. So I guess whoever they belong to put them all in a scrapbook. All right, where do I want to put these? You're welcome. I'll just put those back on the table. Let's see if there's any interest in these pennants. I thought these were really cool. I don't know if anybody collects pennants, but I'll do choice on these if there's any interest. So let me show them, then I'll run them once and just see if there's any interest. So we have Gold Rush Junction in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So if anybody knows Gold Rush Junction, it's what's Dollywood now. So it was Gold Rush Junction originally. Actually, it may have been Rebel Railroad originally, but Gold Rush Junction was like 60s, I think, 60s, 70s, and then it became Silver Dollar City, and then it became Dollywood later. So you have a Gold Rush Junction, an Indianapolis Speedway. So, I don't know the exact age on these. I would guess 50s, 60s, but some of them do have the corners bent, which is, might can iron them or something. Here's Cumberland Mountain State Park, which is in Middle Tennessee, I believe, isn't it? Millicent's Memories, if you're still in here. Here's Chimney Rock, North Carolina. Once again, the ends needs to be ironed out. Crossville, okay. I should know that. Here's the birthplace of Davy Crockett in Limestone, Tennessee. Here's an old Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That one does have like the ends just about torn off, but it is hanging on. Then here's Lake Arrowhead in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And then the Atomic City, Oak Ridge. I probably should keep this one, but I'm not. And then there's two more small ones. There's the Tar Heel State, North Carolina. And then Lake Lure, North Carolina, which was one of the places that got devastated by Hurricane Helene, unfortunately. But yeah, it got completely wiped off the map almost. And then there's two larger pennants, and these have more, I wouldn't say damage. Well, I guess it's damage if they're folded like that. But this is Stanton School in Sterling, Oregon, the Pirates. So has a pinhole as well. And I'd say, I didn't look, but yeah, I see several of these had pinholes from where they were hung up. And then finally, we have Forbidden Caverns with the Native American images in Sevierville, Tennessee. And this one does have the end torn off. So I'm going to do choice on these. Just see if there's any interest. So let me go to pin real quick. Let's see. This would be pin that. I'll do choice $5. Well, you missed some cool World War II pictures, JG Dog 01, but there might be some more World War II stuff and all this, but I really don't know. We're down to kind of the stuff I haven't really looked through yet. All right, let me go ahead and start this. Yeah, and the pictures were from Okinawa, 1945. So, all right, we're going to start this. We'll just do 15 seconds, see if there's any interest in any of these. Old, new, and used. Like Arrowhead. The Davy Crockett birthplace. Chimney Rock, that one's got more folding than some of the others. You got Cumberland Mountain State Park. That one's got the ends ripped off a little bit. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Gold Rush Junction, that's probably my favorite one. And then the two larger ones. Probably shouldn't have included those. I just made myself, these would be so much easier to ship. But in fact, I may, if you want one of these on the first round, I'll leave them in there. But I may take them out for the second round just because, unless, well, I can probably lightly fold them. Okay, which one do you want? Old, new, and used? Atomic. Ah, man, I was going to maybe keep that one. Yeah, Oak Ridge stuff is really, that's one good thing about living here. I find some really, really neat stuff at yard sales in Oak Ridge. I found, like, one time I found this whole box of employee, like, things they'd given to employees at, I think it was either K25 or Y12 from like when it opened. Man, and those things, there were probably 20 different things in there. And they all sold really well. Okay, so that one's coming your way, old, new, and used. Let me find your stack. I've got so many stacks now. I may just have to. Oh, there it is with your book. You had the Fairmont Park book. All right, so I'll tell you what, we'll just run them again. Run next. All right, this is for choice of the pennants again. I'll leave the big ones in there because I forgot to take them out. So we got Lake Arrowhead, Myrtle Beach, Birthplace of Davy Crockett, Chimney Rock. Guess everybody wanted that Oak Ridge one. Which one do you want, Grandma Sherry? The Raceway. Indianapolis, right? Let's see, and where's your stuff? There you go, Grandma Sherry. Tell you what, let's go ahead and do a choice of two now. I'm going to keep them at $5, but do choice of two. I'm going to get through these. So we're going to run next. I'll tell you what, I am going to take these big ones out, though. I'll probably sell those in my booth. So we're just going to have the little ones. Let me just stick these somewhere. All right, so this is going to be choice of two this time, and that is running. Thank you, Grandma Sherry. Choice of any two of the pennants. All right. Let me know which two you want. Then I'll show them one more time once we get through, and then I'll run them again. Hey, Big Papa Smurf. Let me know if you need to see any of them, Grandma Sherry. So we had Chimney Rock, Cumberland Mountain State Park. Yeah, once I probably do have enough. I can zoom out. So Cumberland Mountain State Park and Gold Rush Junction. Yeah, let me zoom out, and then I'll lay them out, and then we'll run it again. All right, Grandma Sherry, let me stick those in your stack. Tell you what, I'll just run the rest of them. Let me zoom my camera real quick. Callie, quit. Sorry, my cat's scratching on some wrapping paper. Not rotate camera, zoom camera. There we go. That should work. All right, so tell you what, we'll just run the rest of them. So there's 6 of them. You have Myrtle Beach. You have Lake Arrowhead at Myrtle Beach. You have Chimney Rock. And the Myrtle Beach one does have, the ends torn off a little bit. You have Lake Lure, which is in really bad shape. Birthplace of Davy Crockett, Limestone, Tennessee, and then North Carolina, the Tar Heel State. So all 6 of those, we'll start them at $5, and those are running. 6 vintage pennants, probably from the 50s or 60s, if I was guessing. Thank you, Tomcat. We got Tomcat in. Looks like Tomcat is going to take them. Goodbye on those. All right, let me find your stuff. The pinup calendar there. Yeah, that's the only thing. I used to always only do catalog auctions. It is so much easier. It's not to write everybody's name down because, it's, exactly what lot it is. But in any case, all right, let's see. Any Southwest Virginia? I really don't know, Hokey Scott. What's any? I can run some more postcards. I have some more like these envelopes of postcards that, like we found with the sled dogs and stuff. Let me see. Well, I'll tell you what we got. let's see what we come up with here. I'm just going to throw this one in. It's a real photo, but it's got a lot of damage. So we'll put 10 on the table, not counting that one. Let me zoom back in again here real quick. Zoom, not that close. There we go. That's good. Here's the Sacred Singers in Lenore City, Tennessee. So there's one. Here's the Dixie Spirit. That's hard to say. Spiritual Layers. That's Virgil Reynolds, Carl Schuler. So real photo postcard there. Then here's the Ever Ready Quartet. And then here's the Smiths Quartet. So we got some good gospel music quartets, I think all these are. Real photos. Then here's a real photo of some people sitting on a railroad track. It's a bunch of them. Then here's the Hartford Favorite Melody Quartet. You have Bessie Lawson, Ernest Hamby, Oma Lawson, and Herschel Lawson. I guess that's just the camera angle. His head looks awfully big for his body. It's like almost like they photoshopped it on there. Anyway, here's an Easter card. Like I said, these are just postcards that were not with the main group of postcards. Yeah, it could be a medical issue, I guess. So I probably should not be making fun of them. So, Easter postcard. Yeah, like I said, these are cards that were not with the main postcards that I got. I mean, I've still got so many left to run, and we'll do those next Friday, along with the 2 postcard albums I have left. Let me do a couple more, then we'll start it, and I'll just keep throwing them in till the bidding. There's a Walt Disney postcard. It's the train station. Let me do one more, then we'll get it started. There's the Dogs, 1911. That's a tux. So you got a tux dog. Does look like the edges, the corners have some dings there. All right, let me make sure I got enough to run for 30 seconds. Oh yeah, I got plenty. All right, so let me, I think I can just run. No, I need a, let me repin this because I want to do 30 seconds so y'all get more postcards. So let me pin that. And then start auction. Let's see, $5. We're going to do 30 seconds. So you're bidding on everything on the table plus all the ones I can throw in there in 30 seconds. And that should be going. So you have this Happy New Year's postcard. So we did have a tux, and then all those real photo with the gospel music singers. Christmas Thoughts. There's Oldest County in East Tennessee. There's Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's another Joyful Easter. Wow, gonna get a good deal on this one, it looks like. Thought you were gonna get it there at the last second. Thanksgiving, Easter. Go fast so we can get as many in there as possible. Christmas, Knoxville, Tennessee, Christenberry. Oh, I know where that building is, I think, if that's the one it looks like. New Orleans, Louisiana. It's terrible what happened in New Orleans. The old New Year's. There's Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. There's another that New Orleans, same one. Here's Franklin's Drive-In Restaurant in Statesboro, Georgia. There's the Dance of the Sombrero. All right, Grandma Sherry. And then I had this one in my hand, so we'll put it in there too. Just a Chrome from Florida, Silver Springs. All right, I'll stick this down here with your other stuff. What you doing, Callie? Go on. Let's see. I'll tell you what, we'll just run another lot of postcards because I have quite a few of them, and any I don't get to, I will stick them in my next show next Friday, my postcard show. So, yeah, like I said, I'll go to right at 4 o'clock probably. All right, so let's go ahead and get 10 or so down. I'm not going to count this one because it's got a pretty bad crease. But real photo postcard of Clyde Patterson. All right, looks like maybe a brother and a sister. We got a baby. Got this guy here, George Hill. So it looks like most of these are going to be real photo. Looks like a family picture there. Got this guy in a hat. Yeah, so that one's like 1904 to 1918. I think that's what the Ford train was pointing at me. Here's one from a saloon. It's like a tourist, like you would go get your picture taken and then they would make a postcard. She's got the jug turned up. It says 1941. I don't know if those are soldiers. One does have a corner ding. Let's see, we'll do one more. Well, here, this one's got a tear, so we won't count it. And then here's a sailor. Hold on, let me get this piece of paper away from my cat. It's driving me nuts with that noise. All right, so let me go ahead and start it, and then we will keep throwing down for 30 seconds. I think I can just do run next here since I did the last one at 30 seconds, and that is running. So here's our summer home in Hot Springs. Here's two women in a hat and hats. That one's also 1904, 1918. A lot of real photos in this lot. Wow, Mighty Annie's going to get a good deal. Looks like we got a World War I soldier coming up here with his rifle. 1918. Oh, I love this one. It says Appalachian something, 1910 is what it's dated. I don't know, brothers maybe. This lady here. This guy here. Some more like ladies with hats on. All right, Mighty Annie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome. Let's see, I know you won a lot. Where did I do with it? What did I do with it? I think it was over here. There we go. Let's see what I have on the table. How about some, does anybody like Viewmaster reels? I can do some lots of Viewmaster reels if anybody's interested. I have no idea what the content is. I could do like 10 reels starting at $5 though. We'll see if there's any interest. So there's Wonders of the World. It says Grand Canyon National Park. That one's also Grand Canyon. There's 2. There's 3. Grand Canyon. Actually, these are sequential. So there's 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. If I don't change, they're all Grand Canyon. Actually, maybe I'll just... There's another Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon. Oh, they're separated by state. So let me go ahead, and this one's Arizona as well. So these will all be Grand Canyon, except this one's Oak Creek Canyon. And there ended up being, these are all Arizona 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it actually ended up being 9. So we'll go ahead and start this. Let me go back in and repin it though, so I can run it for a shorter amount of time. Let's unpin and then repin. Unpin. Here we go. Pin item. All right, now I can start auction. So we'll do $5 for these 9 Viewmaster reels. I don't know how old they are. Maybe these have the Sawyers. Let's see if they have a date anywhere. Printed in USA. Do not touch with your fingers. Here's the backs of them. I would guess 60s if I was guessing. So let's start auction. $5, 15 seconds, and that's running. Hey, Printed Corn. Looks like maybe no interest in the Viewmaster reels from Arizona. Oh, Harvey and Friends. Hey, my name's Harvey. That's my first name, so I go by Stuart. But and then I guess if there's a certain state you're looking for, let me know, because these do seem to be labeled as to state, and I could pull some based on that. Kel Bryan, thank you so much. I think that's the first thing you've won today. So let's see. We will stick you right here. Yeah, any particular state anybody wants to see? It appears these are. Well, I'll say that. Let me see. You know, maybe the one tab had a state written on them. None of the others do. Let me just pull the next batch from this tab and see. Oh yeah, these are Florida here, I think. Hey, Kel, I'm going to put. Well, that's California. Let's see. Let me see what state we got here. I'm going to try to keep. I'll try to keep them together for you. That one looks okay. So these are California now. So we're going to do a California one. Redwood Highway, Yosemite National Park, Yosemite National Park. And these are different. They got different numbers on it. Yosemite. All right, there weren't that many California, so I'll do Colorado as well with those. So there's 5 there, and then we have Denver. Then we have Estes Park and Big Thompson. Oops, there's another Colorado. Rocky Mountains, Colorado. Garden of the Gods, Colorado. Cave of the Winds, Colorado. Rocky Mountain National Park, Colorado. Then Trail Ridge, Colorado. I think that's all the Colorados. Let me just make sure. Yeah, and Florida will be next. So we'll do this. This is Colorado and California. So there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think there's 15. Hold on just a second. Sorry, I have to get my cat out of somewhere she shouldn't have been. Here, go back upstairs with Sam. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Colorado and California, and that is running. We got Redwood Highway, Yosemite, Denver, Pikes Peak, Berthoud Pass, Cave of the Winds, Rocky Mountain National Park. All right, Kel Bryan, I'll stick those with your others. All right, let's see what we got for Florida here. We'll do a couple more lots of these, maybe one or two. Here's Marineland, Florida. Marineland, Florida. Marineland, Florida. Get out of here. Marineland, Florida. Cypress Gardens, Florida. Seminole Indian Village, Florida. I guess that's all the Florida ones. What would be a good state? Let me see if I got another southern state here. I don't know. Idaho just doesn't seem to go with Florida. Oregon doesn't go with Florida. Here we go. Tennessee. That's a good southern state. So we got the Florida ones there. Then we got Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And I think that's it. Yep. So you're getting Florida and Tennessee. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it's 11, somewhere in that range. Let me go ahead and run these, and that's running. Thank you, Kel Bryan and Grandma Sherry. Florida and Tennessee. It's like a popularity contest for the states here. We determined that California was not as popular as Tennessee and Florida. Hey, Kentucky Mom Vintage, here to party. Anybody else? Probably go about another 20, 25 minutes or so. We've been going since 1 o'clock. Still got a million things I can go through. All right, we got Kel Bryan in, and Kel Bryan took those. Stick those with your other Viewmaster reels. All right, let's see what else we got. We'll just keep going through these for a minute here. We'll just do whatever states these happen to be. So we have Virginia, the Old Dominion, Virginia, the Old Dominion. So there were 3 Virginias, and then we get into Sun Valley, Idaho. Just one of those. Then we get into Mississippi, Natchez, the Old South. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Then there's St. Louis Zoological Park in Missouri. Glacier National Park in Montana. Glacier National Park 2, Glacier National Park 3. Then we have New Hampshire, autumn foliage of New England. Here's the White Mountains, New Hampshire, White Mountains, New Hampshire, White Mountains, New Hampshire. Mount Washington, New Hampshire. Wow, there's a lot in New Hampshire. Franconia Notch, New Hampshire. So this one's going to be a bigger stack. Granite State, Bridges of New England, old covered bridges. New Hampshire, the Granite State. New Hampshire, the Granite State. Rural Connecticut. Acadia National Park, Maine, and the Maine Seacoast. Hold on just a second. I'm going to run up real quick and put my cat upstairs. She's driving me nuts. Come on, Callie. I'll be right back. All right. Made it through almost the whole show without her being a menace. But all right. So all these, let's see. I'm not going to count them, but there were a ton. So it's that whole stock. Here we go. We're going to run next. That is raining. Hey, Button Master, Sable Lou, Thrift Road Vintage. Thanks for coming in. Thanks, Kel Bryan. All right, nice big stack there. You're getting a big stack of Viewmasters. Tell you what, let's do one more. See what states we pull. Let me just pull about that many there. All right, we got Niagara Falls, New York. The Ausable Chasm in New York. Then we have Crater Lake National Park in Oregon. Just this one, I'm going to throw it in, but it's looks like it's all like wrinkled and stuff. So that's Crater Lake. There's Crater Lake. Mount Hood. Sanctuary of the Sorrowful Mother in Portland, Oregon. There's another one of the Sanctuary of the Sorrowful Mother. The Seven Colors Sanctuary. A lot of those. There's Sea Lion Caves in Oregon. Then we have the Black Hills in South Dakota. Let's see. I'll go ahead and throw in whatever's in my hand here. Rainier National Park. Rainier National Park. Rainier National Park. Washington State number 3. Washington State number 2. Washington State number 1. And the Grand Coulee Dam. So all those, and that is running. Well, we had some pretty cool World's Fair stuff earlier, Harvey and friends. We had a really cool book, and then we had some stereo view cards as well. I don't know that I have anything else World's Fair or not. We're kind of down to the stuff I don't know what all's in it, because I was just pulling boxes out of this farmhouse. But yeah, the book was really, really cool. It was actually not a World's Fair, though. It was the World's Fair Viewmaster. That's a good question. I mean, based on the age of these, I would guess not. Did any states have World's Fairs in the 60s? Do you know? That'd be the only way, probably, that there would be any in there, because that seems to be when those are from. So, tell you what, I'm going to take a break on the Viewmasters for now. Probably save those for another show. But we made it through quite a bit. Oh, yeah, New York had the 1964 World's Fair, didn't they? Let me see if there's a New York section real quick. So, there's Wyoming. There's New Mexico. If these are in alphabetical order, we should be getting close to. There's South Africa. So they're not in alphabetical order. There's Alaska. Let me know if you hear any states you want me to run. Alaska, Argentina, and there's like only one of some of these. Australia, Canada. Let's see. Yeah, there's quite a few. Canada, Egypt. Haven't seen any New York yet. England, France, Guatemala. It looks like we're into the international ones now. Honduras, Israel, Italy. More foreign. Bethlehem. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be any World's Fair, because all the ones at the back here, I think, are foreign ones. There is a Charles Dickens Christmas story set of reels. Yeah, so I don't think I do. So, Chicago had one too. I didn't see an Illinois one either. So, all right, I'll tell you what. Let's let me look, see what I got on the table back here. Does anybody like Victorian trade cards? I have these that are I have no idea anything about them. They were just, hold on a second. Let me dump the dirt off the top of this one. All right. They were in this display case. I had to pull the little pins out. No, they're not. Or maybe over here they are. Hold on, let me find out where these are attached. There's got to be a pin sticking in there to keep this thing closed, but I can't find it. There we go. So I don't know if there's any interest in any of these. There's 5 pounds of pure confections for $1. So Victorian trade cards here, advertising cards. Tell you what, let me just lay some on the table and we'll do like a choice of a couple. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a Cracker Jack one. Unfortunately, it's got a bend in it. 3. Let me zoom out here real quick. Give me just a second so I can. All right. All right, there's 9 on the table. How about we do a choice of like maybe 3 of them? Does that seems fair for $5? So let me just see what we got here. Well, so you got this one. That's Nothing Like It. Teas and Coffees, the Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company. Then we have the New Philadelphia Clothing House. That's got some stuff written on the back here. Oh, is that a postcard? No, anyway. And then here's Home White Spray Soaps. One does have, if you can see, maybe a little crease there. Looks like maybe it was in a scrapbook. There's Good Enough. Does have an ad on the back. Here's the Cracker Jack one. Like I said, unfortunately, that was a postcard. Man, I wish that didn't have the crease in it. And then there's Combination Burning Fluid for sale. Here's F.W. Kogel for County Treasurer. It's got some remnants of another one on the back, it looks like. It's got a crease in the corner. And then there's this one. And then finally, this one. Since some of them we'll do a choice of 4. So you can choose any 4 you want. So we'll run them at $5, choice of 4, and that's running. Thank you, Millicent's Memories. Hey, welcome in, Canoe Rob, Penny's mom, anybody else that I missed. Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures here in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're getting close to the end. Probably we'll run another 10 or 15 minutes or so. All right, Cat Stance Mom, you can just go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 numbers there. And then I'll verify that those are the ones she wants. So then I'll replace with these others. There's not a whole lot left. So 1, 2, and 4, and you want to see the last one. So there's 1, 2, well, the one underneath that. Then you said, so that'd be 3 and 4. And then here's the last one. And it's got a crease in it. actually a pretty bad crease. So let me know if there's a different one that you want. So I think we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 left. Number 7. So it was 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, I'll put that with your game. And let me go ahead and just pull some more here. All right, so we'll put this one in the number 1 slot, showing the value of the AST Company black tip on my children's shoes, with and without. It does have the ad on the back. I mean, all these, I would say none of these are in perfect condition. Feel free when you choose to let me know if you want to see one closer. Here's Asher Hassler umbrellas with the baby crying. It does have some like staining on the front there. And then there's your information on the back. Then we have the Bow Dear to My Heart, or the Scenes of My Childhood. They're seesawing on this candy stick. And then finally, Dr. George W. Huntley. This is for minstrels. Darling's Music Store. All right, let's go ahead and rerun it. Was that right, Cat Stance Mom? Did I give you the right ones? Let me know if there's a different. Okay, that's good. All right, here we go. This is running again. Thank you, Hokey Scott. It's going to be choice of 4 again. So any 4 on the table. I think the ones we added were the minstrels, this one, and number 1. All right, Hokey Scott, which 4 do you want? Just give me 4 numbers and I'll verify that I get the right ones. I can tell after I've been going this long, my voice it's harder for me to talk. So 1, 7, 8, and 4. So 1, then 4, 1, 2, 3, this one, and then 7 and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right. And we'll stick that with your postcards that you got earlier. Cool. All right, just a couple more. Let's see. So for number 1, we have Henry's Drugstore, 8th and Walnut. It's a little small one. Then we have used Terrence Seltzer Aperient. Then we have Health and Happiness for the Little Ones Reared on Ridge's Food. And there's the back of that one, Woolrich and Company. And then we have Twins. It's Besser. I was see about that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we'll go ahead and put this one out too. So we'll have 10 of them out. And that's Levine for washing. So we'll do 4 more. That one's number 10. And it's running. Thank you, Cat Stance Mom. All right, which 40 would you like? Hey, Pokidaro, Photo Unleasher, 1, 2, 3, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stick that with your other ones over here. All right, tell you what, we'll just run the rest of them. So we do have the Cracker Jack one. I mean, it's got a lot of damage, unfortunately. So other than that, it'd be really, really cool. So there's 6 of them left. So let me get these things out of the way. All right, so all 6 of these for 1 money. Here, let me zoom back in. I think I got few enough now. We can see them on the table. Not that one, that one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, all 6 of them, and that's running. Come on, surely somebody wants them. Cat Stance Mom says I'll take them. Hey, TJ Lau, thanks for coming in. Getting close to the end, probably. I mean, I still have enough. I could do 4 more hours of show if I wanted to, but I need to get off here and get ready to go out tonight. Out on the town. You're welcome. Let's see. Tell you what, let's run. Let me see if I have anything else cool. Might anyone that already. Let's see what. Tell you what, let's do this. There's a lot of photos. I have no idea what's in them, but they were stacked together. So we'll just do all these as one lot. So there's like a family photo. This looks like it's in front of some tents. I don't know if that's a soldier. It just says George Hill around 1918. I feel like we've seen that George Hill name before. Here's a family on their porch. Here's 2 little girls on the stairs. Here's somebody in a cemetery in their black mourning. That one does have a crease right there on that edge. Got her. There's a couple of horses with the little girl riding on the horse. A lady in front of her brand new automobile. Well, I don't know that it's brand new, but Mrs. Townsend from Sevier County. Last leg when child hay mulch. I can't read it. Anyway, I guess they were on their last leg of a trip. Here's somebody's gravestone. Not sure what they're doing. Oh, look at the gas pump. So they're at the gas station, it looks like. I don't know what they're reading there. Reading something. What's she got in her hand? I can't tell. But that's Maddie Hill Noonan. I think that's what it says. There's like a cabin. Got her. Maggie Ward, cousin to somebody. This is yours truly taken at the Masonite Temple. So it must have been like a family picnic or something, maybe. Some kids playing in the yard. Couple of soldiers. Looks like they're in front of the barracks, maybe. Oh, here we go. The 2 most handsome guys at Fort Bragg. The other fellow is Jack Finger or something from New Jersey. Most popular fellow in the barracks. All right, let me do a couple more and then I've got some more I can throw on there as we bid. So, all right, let me put this one. Look at these three guys. Looks like they're at some kind of construction site, maybe. Haskell and George Hill. Monday on, oh, man on right, unknown. All right, let me go ahead. Let me repin this. So let me unpin. Let me pin the item. All right, let me start the auction. I'm going to put 30 seconds and then I'll keep throwing pictures down as long as there's bids. 30 seconds. All right, that's running. So if I can try to get as many as I can in there. So I'll just show them to you so we don't run out of time. There's that guy. We've seen him before, the one who looks like the Three Stooges guy. That's George Hill. A lot of snapshots here. Tomcat Antiques may take it. Harvey and Friends, thanks for the bid. There's a school picture, school days 1942 to 1943. All right, Harvey and Friends, thank you so much. Let me write your name down. My namesake. All right, it's right at 4 o'clock. Is there anything in particular anybody would like to see? I mean, I've got some, actually have some like non-ephemera type stuff. If anybody would be interested, like some costume jewelry that came out of that farmhouse. I've got plenty more postcards. Like I got some of those in the envelopes that we saw. Anything odd or unusual? I don't know. Like I said, I really don't know everything I've got just because, well, these might be these aren't really, I don't know if these would be considered odd or unusual, but I think they're cool. These were all in an envelope that was labeled train pictures, but some of them actually look like tractors and stuff too. So, tell you what, we'll run this and then we'll see. This might be the last lot, might not. We'll just see how it goes. So, it's like an old, I guess, steam engine of some sort. Do it this way. So, like I said, I don't really know. These are odd, but I thought they were neat. So, steam engine there. That says the Erie 3309, 1938. There's an engineer in the train there. It does have a crease on it. That's Sam Harrington. Here's a color one that was thrown in there. The Audubon Zoo Railroad. And then they're also some kind of little toy train thing. It looks like the Diamond Short Line. So I don't know if that's it, like an amusement park. It was 1953 though. Yeah, it must be maybe that train there. And then here's April 1960. I don't know what that is, but it was in this envelope. Oh, it says Station and Boulder Park Railroad, Corfu, New York. There's a pile of pictures in here. So here's another, the Erie Class 5-3 at New Jersey, 1940. So a lot of old train engine pictures. That's in Youngstown, Ohio, February 1948. That's 1939 in New York. Here's a little small one. Looks like a railroad bridge that they're maybe building or something. That one says doesn't have a date, but it says the Erie 3014, Chicago, Illinois. So this is one, I guess it is. It's got red like wheels that look like they would go on a rail track. So I guess that's some kind of train engine. Yeah, and then here's another one that's definitely a train engine of some sort. These are definitely really, really old ones. I don't know if, the pictures, I don't know if it was a show or something. I mean, the pictures might be, the 30s or 40s there. See, that one looks more like a tractor to me, but in any case, it's in there. Here's this one. 1960. It's just a railroad track, and it looks like it's been dug under. And you got that one. So that looks like it's out in front of somebody's house. So do y'all think that's a tractor or a train? Looks more like a tractor. This one's definitely a train. It's got a lot written on it. That's the Erie 462 2943 1941. And there's whatever that is. It says Sawyer Massey. See, that's a tractor. Anyway, so maybe it's tractors and trains. Still got quite a few in here. So a nice lot of train related stuff. Looks like a railroad bridge there. Yeah, there's one of those again. Yeah, here's like a little model train that somebody's working on. Yeah, none of these later ones seem to be labeled. This one's got several creases in it. That one's Erie because you can see the Erie on there. That looks like another little model train there. And then, not sure what, just a train coming up the tracks there. That one's got a little crease in it. Here's the cars. Let's see if I can see. I can't really see what the cars say. That one's also got a little crease. It's like those must have been together because the crease is in the same spot. There's another Erie engine. That one says Suffern, New Jersey, 1948. There's a train station. It says Springsville, I think. Getting kind of close to the end here. I'm not sure what that is. There you go. 15-inch Boulder Park Steam Railroad. That must be what this is. Yeah, and there's another picture of that. Boulder Park. Has anybody ever been to Boulder Park Railroad in Corfu, New York? This one's 1958. That's the Audubon Zoo tunnel storage in New Orleans. That one's the Erie, February 1948. I think this is a different picture, but that one's Youngstown, Ohio, 1948. Goodness, there's a lot of pictures in this lot. More than I thought there were. 1938. This looks like a caboose or something there. It says Indian Falls Railroad. And there's that one. This one. This one says, please stand back of yellow line when carousel is in motion. Oh, is that one of those train carousels? Must be. And the first something engine built 1895. So it may be like some kind of show or something. Some of these may have been at a railroad show. There's that tractor. And there's that one. 2 more. Then we'll be able to run it. And then finally, that one. So I don't know how many were in there, but it was a lot. So we'll go ahead and start it. Let me unpin it, repin it, because we don't need to run it for as long, I don't think. All right, we're going to start the auction. We'll start at 5. We'll do 15 seconds since we've already looked at them, and that is running. And I'll just kind of try to go back through them while it runs, but all kind of train-related pictures of different sorts. A lot of engines. Look like some like miniature trains, train carousel there. Most of the engine, well, a lot of the engine pictures were towards the front, so we may not see them again. So try to get through these as quick as I can. Thanks for the bids, everyone. Looks like Mighty Annie. Oh, we got a last second bid. We're doing train photos, guys and girls. Mighty Annie, thank you so much. Yeah, I've heard you talk about your family being in the railroad before, I believe, on some of your shows. Everybody make sure you're following Mighty Annie. I'm pretty low-key, as y'all can tell. You've been with me for the past 3 hours. Annie's a lot more dynamic than I am. We'll just say that. So she wakes me up when I go into her shows. All right, Mighty Annie, your stack is back here. All right, do we want to do anything else? Let's see. I already sold that scrapbook to Mighty Annie. Oh, I'll tell you what. I do have one more railroad thing that I'll run real quick. So, yeah, you get in there throwing elbows and everything. So I don't know what else in this envelope, but it says Pupils Railroad Kit for Ann Bacon from the Southern Railway System. So I guess this is something they handed out at school. Well, let's see what else in here. There's quite a bit of stuff in here. I don't know. Somebody wrote $10 on the back at some point. I don't know if that was a price in the mall or what, but all right. So we have somebody was calling my phone. So this is like some kind of fold out deal. So you got that. Then you have Railroads Deliver the Goods. It's like a comic book. Dear boys and girls. This is creased in the bottom there. And then here's Railroad Questions and Answers. Here's Railroads at Work. So like a magazine with different pictures and stuff in it. Then here's the locomotive and trains of the, it's like a poster. Yeah, it's just a bunch of different pictures on a poster. And here's the story of the Southern Railway System. Here's Rails Across America, another comic book. And then finally, Railroad Locomotive Talk. So that's what all was in that envelope. There's that, that, that. The letter that is creased up on the edge there, and then another comic book, and then whatever this fold out thing is here. All right, we'll go ahead and run that. Let me run next. And that is running. Thank you, Mighty Annie. Oh, I hope you get the. I was hoping you'd get it, but appreciate the bids, everyone. Thank Tomcat. Thanks, Mighty Annie, for bidding on the train stuff. All right, you know what? I think that may do it for me today. I need to go check on my mother-in-law upstairs and probably check on the animals. So I appreciate everybody coming by. I'll put this with your stuff, Mighty Annie. Like I said, this stuff I may start working on it in the morning, but I'll promise it'll go out by at least Monday. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Hang in here real quick. Let's see if we can find somebody to raid before everybody jumps out. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming by. Make sure you bookmark my show for next Friday. I'm going to do postcards. It'll be probably only postcards plus the 2 postcard albums that I have. Let me see who's still running in the ephemera category here. My laptop's so slow. It looks like we got postcard show. I'll just run whoever's got the. We'll go do Micro, somebody like that. All right, everybody, have a great weekend, and I hope to see you next Friday. Let me go ahead and get this raid started. Oops. There they are. All right, we're heading over to Micro. They are doing New Year, New Me postcard show. Friday, fresh picks. So maybe some good stuff. Everybody have a great day.